Pop, what did you see go wrong in that third quarter defensively?
Well, I thought that our best team on the court was the team that was out there for the last 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to be more consistent with our competitiveness and our execution. And we had 0 assists in the first quarter. Gave them the lead. That mental toughness to play after you play a hell of a game has to be there. It hasn't been there, and that's what we're striving to do. That's the next step. So if everybody that played the first 3 quarters had moved like the guys that played the last 8 minutes, we'd have been in a lot better shape. But that's what makes you a really good team when you have that consistency.
Does that mental toughness tie into why the third quarters have been such a challenge this season?
Could be.
Okay. How is Luka's hand?
I have no idea.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jeff McDonald, you're up.
It's kind of a little esoteric and in the weeds, but there was a moment where James Harden made a three over Devin Vassell, and there was a foul call. I don't really know if there was any contact made, but what did you tell Devin about that moment?
We just talked about, usually it's about we're not going to really block his shot. We don't need to be that reachy, so to speak. At least make him make shots. We don't want to put him at the free throw line. And, he's one of the smartest guys that you're going to play against because he's so clever. So it's just an education for everybody.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Pop.
Illustrated story, you opened up about where you came from in your childhood. Does that sort of upbringing make the bright lights and stuff like that, the ups and downs of basketball, seem kind of small?
Oh, okay, I got you. I actually did it like 3 weeks ago. It was just really it was simple stuff. It wasn't like nowhere near my story. I mean, it was just little simple stuff. But obviously where I come from, basketball is easy. That's why when I tore my ACL, knock on some wood, that was easy for me to work. It gives me an outlet, and a peace of mind. Just the environment I was in and what I was around and doing and stuff. Basketball, I don't think people understand how much it helps me, just being around the game, being around teammates and being around people, that's kind of on the same page as me now, which is, working to become something, taking care of their families and just doing all the right things and being around, real and genuine people. All this stuff helps me every single day.
Thanks. And I know you're a real competitor. How much do you relish the opportunity in these last 3 games here? 1 win and you guys are in the play-in tournament here.
Man, for me, I'm a winner. So, this whole season is just disappointing to me so far. That's just who I am. I just want to win, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win. But at the end of the day, the situation we're in, the last option is getting that play-in berth and, going to see what we can do to try to get in the playoffs. It's good. It's a good feeling knowing that it's not over for us and, we can go make something happen and get in the playoffs. So at the end of the day, we just got to stick together, man. I just try to stay together with everybody from the young guys to the veterans we have, try to keep everybody together and, see what we could do.
Thanks, Tom. Let's go to Tom Worsborn.
Dejounte, Pop expressed disappointment about the first quarter, saying that the mental toughness to play after you played a hell of a game has to be there, and that's the next step for you guys. What does he mean by that? What are you guys lacking, you think, in terms of mental toughness?
I mean, it's a lot. It got a lot to do with talking to each other, helping the helper, being there for your brother. Having that feisty in us every single night. You've seen we play Milwaukee, a contending team. They're a really great team, well coached, and obviously the team tonight. But I'm just talking about our last game. You just seen the feisty. Obviously, we made shots, but you can see the energy, you can see guys talking to one another. And, you know, it just got to be every single day. Consistency is key. And it always start with me, you know, whether I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing, I'm gonna forever take the blame. You know, that's part of being a leader. You gotta be able to take the fall or the blame for every single thing. So, you know, I'm gonna forever start with me. You know I talk, I'm a vocal guy, but I could do way much more and you know, just help my teammates. You know, so it was a disappointing loss. You know, that last group came in and played and fought the young guys. They looked really, really well. And, you know, that was a positive from this loss. You know, they got better and, you know, got to go out and compete.
Do you feel like you guys are on the cusp of gaining that mental toughness? You just got to go through these lumps, and that you know, in the future, it's going to be there, though.
I mean, mental toughness, you got to have it. I don't think mental toughness, you know, having heart, all that stuff, I feel like that's just something you got to have. It's going to be really hard to teach that. And I believe a lot of guys had that. It's just if they rather, you know, want to bring it or not. Start with me too. You know, I'm not talking about nobody, but you know, it got to be every single day, every practice, every workout, you know, every game, you know, especially when we go out and play against opponents, you know, it got to be there, mental toughness in the heart.
Keita, both Coach Pop and Dejounte said that unit to close the game played really well, got better tonight. What do you and the other members of that unit try to bring to the floor when you're called upon?
Just energy, playing hard, trying to play the right way, move the ball, you know, isolate as much if at all, just kind of you know play the right way.
And you know, speaking of that passing, I saw you finish a couple of feeds from Gorgie Jang there. What have you seen from him as a player, and what about those passes? I mean, those are pretty crisp feeds.
Yeah, so we played in Minnesota. My first couple of years together, so we already kind of have a connection already when it comes to like hitting and cutting off of him. So Gorgie's a great passer already. He's unselfish. He plays the right way. So me and him, like I said, me and him are already have a connection.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Let's go to Tom Osborne.
Keita, what's it been like playing for Pop? What have you learned from him? And you know, what's the general atmosphere just being around such a great coach?
Oh, it's great. Obviously, I try and ask as many questions, listen whenever he talks, whatever it is, to get as much knowledge as possible. He's one of the greatest coaches, you know, in the NBA or you know across any sports league. So whenever he says anything, I just listen, try and soak it in.
Has this season, you know, what do you look at in terms of your future? I mean, would you like to, you know, be here next year, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, obviously the best thing is, you know, not up to me, obviously. Just, you know, I didn't even think about that. It's the first time I really thought about it. You know, the season's coming to a close, obviously. But that's not, you know, it's not on my mind at all.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next time we'll close things out with Jeff Garcia. Jeff.
Can you hear me this time?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Keita, Patty Mills had another great game off that bench. How important is it to see him get going with the play-in tournament looming?
Oh, it's great for me, obviously. Shooting and scoring off the bench is going to be huge for playing and playoffs moving forward. You know, Patty's been a big part of this organization, this team for a long time. And when he plays well, we play well.